If you don't want a kid, just go get a vasectomy.
Remember, he
did
did this.
it
It wasn't the cake.
The cake is what made him Superman.
Go get a vasectomy.
If you out here like that and you know what you're doing, put on the damn cake. If you know you don't want no kids, if you know you don't want no responsibilities, because at the end of the day, as a man, you are given the gift to plant the seed. The woman is given the gift to make it grow, right, and make it beautiful.
I don't know about that.
Don't drop the fucking seed.
I think
Actually, I think that's the interesting part.
Don't drop it.
I think that's where this is what makes him right and technically right. Homeboy agreed to sex. And it's expressly stated. I'm good with having sex with you. I'm not okay with having a baby with you.
He did say that.
But no, you can't say that no more.
Don't make sense though.
See, you can't say that no more because people are having people have recreational sex, and everybody is not in the aim of having a child when they have sex. So that is a mature, grown conversation.
Bro, he has 75 sex partners in a year. I'm sorry, like the person who's having sex with him, why are you still having sex with this man? Like he has a legacy of these things. Like I don't understand.
Like these women, a lot of them that he described, he said that they was just like, immediate jump offs, like next day bust them down. And
he in the hood.
So why would you want to have a child with that person? Like I just think that you like, part. And I would just.
This is where this is what's happening. Y'all, Roe versus Wade and abortion rights and all that is backfiring because what it is what's happening. And I'm against that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got a cousin that got 7 kids with all these different women. I literally got a cousin that got this same nigga story. And I be on them, you know what I'm saying? Like me and my wife done facilitated them getting, he seeing his oldest daughter and shit like that. But the that whole abortion rights thing is like, why y'all fighting for y'all rights, so y'all gonna have men who think that all these men are raised by women, and they gonna be thinking that they should have the same type of rights. Like is both of y'all having these children? So if you fighting to say we want to have abortions, and then he be like, okay, let's have an abortion, you like, hell no, hold on, what the fuck? So he's sitting there like, what you mean? Hell no. We don't want this child, so we abort it.
But why even go that far when y'all can literally go get a vasectomy and be out within the next minute? Y'all even gotta get put to sleep. Like if you don't want kids at all,
our bellies don't grow.
But you can still put it in somebody. Like if you don't want no kids, you can go bust everywhere and just not have no care.
But our bellies don't grow, so it ain't.
But you gonna make somebody's belly grow.
At the end of the day,
it's gonna be your seed.
What men and women.
So wait. Let me ask a question. So, if you got pregnant, right, and you wanted to have a baby, and I was the one that got you pregnant, so if I said, yo, I don't want you to have this baby, but you want to have a baby, what's gonna happen?
That happened to me, and I had the fucking baby.
Period.
But I also gave him the option and the choice.
Because it's your body, your choice, right?
My body, my choice, but also where I am in my life and my, my belief at that point in my life. It was like, no, this is wrong. So, I'm going to have the child, and I had a child. And so with that decision, I also gave him the option to say, hey, this is what I'm doing if you choose to. So I guess the man would be right in some way. But I still expect the man to accept responsibility for what he did.
But what if he didn't want you to have an abortion? What if you wanted to have an abortion and he wanted to have a child?
I haven't been in that situation, so I can't really speak to that. But I will say, with that whole situation, it actually turned out to be something good, because that is my child's father, only child, and he loves his child, and he's happy that he's fucking here. But I think it was just an immature mindset, at that point in his life, where he decided maybe having kids is a bad thing. A lot of men feel like having kids is a bad thing, like it interrupts your life, it stops things. And I think that was his mental state at that point for saying, I don't really want to have a child. But then over time, it wasn't even over time. He was there during the whole shebang, shaboom, from day one. He's been a great father, an awesome father. But I think the mental state was, kids, it's a bad thing. It can ruin your life. And it really didn't.
And it don't. It don't.
Right.
Kids, people.
No.
Some kids.
They don't ruin your life.
Some kids
They
can.
slow you down.
Some kids can ruin your life.
Well,
they don't ruin your life. It depends. Well, it depends on how broke you are.
Yeah.
No, but you gotta think about it.
It do.
It really
how
depends.
broke you are, if they sick, if they kind of slow, like
but even
your
then,
kid
if
can
they
ruin your
sick,
life.
depends on how broke you are. Because if you got good insurance, your kid can be sick, and you can be like, okay,
but you still
if
gotta
you
take care of
that's
it.
like, dang.
That's why you can't just
Dorothy Dangerous. She was rich and her kid was retarded. She just left her. Can I say retarded?
Damn.
Can I say retarded? She was special. She was on
Dorothy
the
Dangerous.
spectrum.
Back in that time,
But
they
I'm
called
just
that
saying,
shit retarded, for sure.
she didn't want her kid. The kid made her life a living hell. She didn't want it. No matter how much money she had, she left the kid in the home and just was like, all right, I'm out. I mean, would money really change that?
I mean, if
that was back
one
in the day,
horrible example.
that was
sorry.
different.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, but how horrible of
But
an
for
example
real,
is it?
It's true.
When in reality, you're tied to whatever that is for the
life.
rest of your life.
Yeah.
And your life is forever altered based off of the decision that you make, right? And so,
True.
let me add another caveat, right? I'm going to continue to add layers to this as we have this conversation. Mm-hmm. He said, listen, I know what I'm doing, and I'm taking responsibility of how this thing is playing out. This is what he said word for word to me. He said, listen, I'm not absolving myself of responsibility. Find me. That's what he said. He said, find me.
And that's why you don't need to fuck with nobody that you just met or that you don't know their legals. And if you do fuck with somebody like that, you pick up his fucking pants and you look at his driver's license. At the end of the day, I mean, I'm not that kind of girl, so I don't get ran through like that. Let me ask you a question. Go ahead.
But
you need to find out.
You can't use yourself only in order to be able to have this conversation, right? Because the reality is the part that we not having a conversation, because we always gonna hold guys accountable. Oh, you still got. I mean, the courts is gonna hold guys accountable. The system is gonna hold guys accountable. That's just the way that it goes, right? Like guys never have a safety net. That's just the way that it goes. They find you, it's over. They will throw you in jail. There's plenty of guys that are responsible financially or forced to be financially responsible for kids that that's not even theirs, that they don't know is theirs. There's guys that get put on child support that's not their kid, but she put his name on a birth certificate. It's a lot of different ways that guys have been held responsible. The part of the conversation that I see that women are not participating in is what role they are playing with not forcing the guy to use a condom, B, they do say it's my body, my choice. And then C, choosing the guy that they laying down with.
Exactly.